Hey folks, Eddie Lazzari here with Educated Veteran, and I just wanted to talk today briefly about failure. And a lot of people, they do everything they can to avoid failure or to mitigate the risk of failure. And I think in a lot of ways, running from failure is a detriment to success. And why do I say that? It's because no matter what you did in life, even in the military, there were times when you made mistakes, plain and simple. You didn't join the military and go to the firing range for the very first time and score expert. You just didn't. And if you did, then you're just a badass, right? I mean, everybody makes mistakes along the way. I remember the first time, my very first promotion from E1 to E2, I got my little wing, my little rank, and I was so proud of myself, and I went and I pinned it on. This is back in the day when the ranks were on the collars, right? So I had my blouse off, and I put the rank on my collar before I went to morning formation. And I put my blouse on and I buttoned it up and I was all happy. I'm standing in morning formation and everybody just starts kind of looking, glancing over at me, kind of chuckling underneath their breath, a little snickers, pointing. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Well, it turned out when I pinned my rank on my collars while I had my blouse off, I actually pinned the rank on the underneath side of the collar. So the freaking dammits were sticking out on top of the collar. That's how I showed up to my very first morning formation as an E2, right? Huge failure. No matter what you do in life, if you're starting something new, you're going to fail to some degree. You're going to fail. You're going to start your own business. You're going to go back to college. You're going to get married. You're going to get a divorce. You're going to remarry. You're going to have kids. You're going to get a promotion at work. You're going to change careers. It doesn't matter what you do. Anything new or any difference or change in your life you're going to experience, you're going to fail at it at some level. You just will. Failure is part of the process. It just is. And the more you try to run from it or steer away from it or mitigate it, you're only delaying the inevitable success that you could have if you just accepted it. Failure is part of the process. 3 steps. 1, just realize and accept the fact that you're going to fail. Acceptance, man. You've got to accept it. Number 2, realize that, hey, it's not as bad as it might seem. Failure can also be perceived as an opportunity. There's always things you can learn from a failure. If you see failure as just a negative thing, that's all it'll ever be. If you see failure as an opportunity to learn and to grow and to become better and smarter and stronger, more resilient, build character. That's where character comes from. It comes from failure. And number 3 is don't run from it. Own it. You've got to own it. You make a mistake, don't brush it underneath the carpet. Don't try to make it lesser than it is or mitigate it. Own it. Be like, yeah, don't be like, I made a mistake, but it wasn't as bad as it seemed. No, own it. Be like, yeah, I screwed up. Bad. Right? Own it. It's okay. There you have it, folks. Failure is part of the process. Own it. Accept it. Embrace it. Turn it into your bitch. Have a great Thursday.